dear, and welcome to another video. Today we're doing another video, reading a new story that I've written, still based on the Clockwork Chronicles, as you can tell from the title of this video. This story is a Hermitcraft fan fiction based on the Chronicles story. And yeah, the story is a continuation of Hermitcraft Season Clockwork, which takes place in my Clockwork Chronicles universe fan-made world, where I create stories about characters known as YouTubers. In this case, the Hermits from Hermitcraft. This is not canon to Hermitcraft as a whole, just for fun. It's not canon whatsoever to any Hermitcraft stuff. Lots of Hermits want that, but I really doubt it, because it conflicts with things. Yeah. Got it. It's just a nice little story for me to tell, to practice, and show what I like doing. And if you want to see more stories like these, just let me know. And if you have an idea for a good story, let me know too. Because, yeah, I like those. But I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be reading every chapter, no matter how long it is. So, yeah, if it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, you guys are going to have to deal with chapter by chapter this time around. Oh well. Anyway, let's get to it. Chapter 1, Perspective of Bdubs. In this one, it's similar to Clockwork Chronicles, alternating between two characters, as you will see. Yeah. Bdubs scanned the documents that Jim had given him a few weeks prior. The list that had the plans and coordinates of some of Mr. A's bases. The Hermit had been trying to figure out what it all meant. He studied the papers before looking up when he heard footsteps in the hallway, as he adjusted his gaze to the door, seeing his escort walking in. "How's everything going on here for you?" the man asked curiously, as he walked over to the window, peering out. "It's been going good," Bdubs nodded. "I think I've narrowed down some things for Jim and Graham." For what exactly?" the man asked curiously. "I can't say yet," the hermit chuckled nervously. "If all goes well, we'll let you or someone know. It's just a safety precaution." The man nodded. "Nothing dangerous, I presume?" Not too dangerous," the hermit replied, as he folded up the papers again. "I think I should hop over to Jim's place later today, preferably in an hour, unless things are busy." "I'll keep that in mind," the man stated. "You three better be careful." "We will," Bdubs said confidently, lifting his chin up as he pocketed the papers before grabbing the communicator from his pocket. "So, how have things been relating to Mr. A and the other men?" "We haven't had any sign of them here for a little over a week and a half," the man reported. Sias was considering a meeting to try to figure out what has been happening. "I'm sure they'll show up soon, whenever they're ready to," Bdubs said matter-of-factly. "Just hope it's not relating to any of us." "If you're lucky, it probably will," the cause member chuckled. "The backup is doing their best to try to get as much intel as they can." "Good," the hermit nodded. "I'll go into another room while you scout the window for a bit, okay?" "All right," the escort smiled as the hermit walked out of the room, leaving the door open a crack as he slipped into another room, turning on the communicator as he pressed a few buttons. "Bdubs, did you get anything?" Jim's hopeful voice came through. "Yeah, I think I figured a bit of it out," Bdubs reported, "so I'd rather discuss it in person." "What's Green up to?" "He's helping Mumbo with something at his base," Jim said thoughtfully. "Think about traps, I presume." "Hope it doesn't take long," Bdubs said calmly. "I'll give him a call. Think he can be ready for within an hour or two?" "Sure," she said cheerfully, "though I have a feeling Matthias will want to be there. He's already onto us." "So's my escort. Not a huge surprise," Bdubs chuckled. "I trust them, though, so it should be okay." "Yep, if you say so," she smiled. "See you then." Bdubs agreed before the device disconnected, as he hesitated for a moment, glancing over his shoulder, spotting the window that opened out into the forest beyond. The horizon of trees appeared empty and still, with a few branches waving slowly back and forth, their shadows following a rhythm to the breeze perfectly. The sunlight poured into the room just right as he put on the next set of coordinates and the device connected. Hey, Green, you have a second? Bdubs asked him quickly. Yeah, we're just about finished, Green replied. Did Jim tell you anything about what we were doing? Busy work, Bdubs replied. Traps. Help. Green chuckled. Mumbo and I have been doing a little work on each of our bases to make it more secure. He just went home now with his escort. So you're able to meet up at Jim's in an hour or two? Bdubs asked curiously. Is it important? Green asked slowly. It could be, the hermit replied simply. I think I cracked it. I'll be there soon. I just need to make sure my escort doesn't let on to what's happening, Green said. It's not that I don't trust him. I just feel he'd probably accidentally tell someone he shouldn't. Fair, Bdubs nodded. Not everyone needs to know what we've been up to. We did good this far, Green said with a little more excitement. Do you think it'll be up to the fun part? Just depends on what Mr. It just depends on what Mr. A's men are up to, Bdubs admitted. We haven't seen or heard anything. You haven't seen or heard anything? Nope. Green sighed. I'm keeping an eye out, though. I'll see you in an hour. We can talk more then. Great, Bdubs said happily. See you then. The two hermits said their farewells as the device disconnected, and the hermit pocketing it before turning to the doorway to find his escort watching him. I suggest you get prepared, the escort replied. That hour is going to be quite precious, Bdubs nodded. How much did you overhear? A bit, the man shrugged. It's not that I don't want you three to do anything dangerous, but whatever you might do could bring about certain consequences. Be careful, Bdubs insisted. I know you will, the man nodded. Caution isn't everything either. As careful as you might be, things can still happen. Bdubs nodded his head slowly. I know, but we'll be ready for it. Let's hope so, the escort said slowly before stepping out into the hallway. I'll see that you get there on time. Thanks, the hermit smiled as the escort disappeared, leaving Bdubs alone as he glanced back toward the window again. He walked over to it as he peered down, noticing something rustling in the bushes, fine line of the woods, as the rat hopped out of its hiding place, as it vanished behind the trees. He could see a couple of the cult members lurking around the house, reassured by their presence. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the first chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you next week for chapter 2. Unless I do something a little different, but I'm planning on uploading these every week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.